Alright guys, today we're going to be putting LED headlights on a M977 HEMTT. Trying the little TikTok camera out, we'll see how it goes. But we're putting the LED RGB headlights in them. Let's get after it. Very simple to do with any of these military headlights. They're just 7-inch round headlights that you can get anywhere. You just need to make sure they're 12 to 24 volt. Take the locking ring out, set it over the side, don't lose the screws, and then just pull this straight out, and there you go. Since this one is already burnt, I will be sacrificing the wires off of it. So what we need to do is just cut them. No good. They don't build lights like that anymore. You'll be able to just throw them like that. But let's see. I have to do this all. Figure out what's what. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay. Let's get the multimeter set up. That's a long operation, so we're going to need applicator clamps. I'm making a mess. Let's see. So, we can try with a simple test first, a continuity. Try to find out which one the ground is. Alright, so we're gonna... most of these are rubber insulated. We will soon find out if it's an actual good ground or not. If we don't get nothing at all, it's pretty a strong chance that it's not good enough. Oh. Put that on there, just let the multimeter hang. Nothing. 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 Okay, wow. We're gonna fight this. Alright. Let me find something better to ground to. Everything's painted pretty good. Or just better yet, I can just use the multimeter regularly. Let's turn the lights on. Alright, let's go in here. Turn the switch on. Turn the headlights on. Okay. Okay, should be on dim. So let's see here. Nothing. Nothing. Oh, I'd say that's it. That would be our power wire. Okay, so that's going to be our dim. I'm not sponsored by Milwaukee, but these markers are really good. Let's see. That's the dim. Let's tuck this out of the way so I don't just sit there and arc off of stuff. that would be our bright lead. High beam. And this one is just going to be our ground. Alright, we'll tuck that out of the way too. Why not? So don't pop a hole in nothing, because all that stuff's pretty thin. So, no need to waste the battery. We'll turn all this mess off. Turn the bright lights off. Turn this ignition off. Okay. Leave that open. Alright guys. Just got some random and adapt it to these, the bullet pin type style connection. So we're just gonna wrong end, just mess up already. There we go. Don't need that. Not going to put any normal vehicle. Take that off. Strip our wire back. Funny thing is, all these little lights, depending on what Chinesium you get, they have different color wires, so usually you just can't go off of what color wires it is. And I can't remember, they're usually pretty common with the way the style of the plug is, but I just can't remember which one is the ground. And I'll do a little research and start off with that, because I don't want to take a risk of burning up that new LED light. 24 volts, just straight off the bat, grounded. Alright, I will get back with you guys and we will see here in a second. Alright guys, we're back. I researched it. You know, usually the black is ground, but I was wanting to make sure the plug was oriented right. Usually on this right hand side, it's going to be the ground, it's going to be your low beam, it's going to be your high beam. So we're just going to address it accordingly. I have slept heat shrink on there beforehand, and we're going to expose a little bit more of this wire, because it's probably not going to be a pretty job, but it will definitely work. We're going to solder it together to get a better connection, long-term connection. But on all these military trucks, they're aluminum wire. Sometimes if that aluminum is so oxidized, it don't matter what kind of flux I try to use, it doesn't seem to want to work out too hot. So what we're going to do is turn our soldering iron on, let it start warming up. Of course, didn't charge my battery. We'll probably have to go get another one. We're going to lather this unit up. It's going to be our ground. It's going to be our low beam. This is going to be our high beam. Rather than having to buy these little pre-made bullet connectors, and I mean, why do this when you buy it when you can do it yourself for a heck of a lot cheaper. Oh man, this aluminum ain't wanting to make it stick too good. That's exactly what I was talking about. Usually it's 10 times worse when it don't want to stick, though. We have to put a little extra heat on the aluminum. And it'd help if I stopped shaking as well. Alright. That'll be it on that affair. Let's pull our connections out and do something I do not like to do every time, but I do not have a heat gun yet. All these tools don't even have a heat gun yet. So, do the poor man's way, make this work. Could get a lighter or whatever, but hey, we're already here with a tool in our hand that provides heat, so why not? As long as you don't get on your soldering head, your iron head, you'll be fine. Is you just gotta work with it. So that you're not getting an even amount of heat all the way around. Alright, there's that one. Let's do low beam. Flux on the dang heat shrink. It tends to not want to work too good when you get that mess on there. One more for this side. Make sure it's evenly spread. Alright, good deal. We made our little makeshift adapter. You know, well, of course, these are just bullet connectors. You can pull them off. But I pulled them off earlier. They're fine. You just put a little dielectric grease inside of the boot. So lubrication, don't put it on your connection. Does not help with your connection. Just helps from corrosion and moisture. So do not put it directly on the pins. I've seen a lot of guys lather that stuff on thinking it helps with conductivity. It does not. It indeed does not. So what we're going to do next is clean up this so it ain't vibrating on nothing. Could have made it look cleaner, but you know, it's gonna go right behind the headlight. Nobody ever know, except us. There's no reason to double do it, so we're just gonna. We just don't want them joints rubbing through because that's pretty cheap. Heat shrink. We can go ahead and twirl that unit off in there, and we're gonna grab our light. Make sure your hands are nice and nasty so when you go touching all over this thing. Of course, there's nothing to indicate the top, so yep, big usually goes on the bottom. We're gonna connect this unit up. See if we can get these cheap spade to hook up, and should have got a drill so I could drill the hole for this, but I just haven't got the chance to do that yet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stand by. I'm gonna put that there. We're gonna check to make sure it works. Well, nice, people. Straight off the bat. Clouded it up. That's great. You heard like a capacitor or something pop in the back. These are 12 to 24 volt lights. I did make sure of that. but I'll be dang if it didn't pop. Anyways, dadgummit, man. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, we will get back with you here momentarily. Probably going to pop that case open and wipe that lens, but you typically need a heat gun for that. Lucky me.